Welcome back to another video. In this video we are going to study SwiftUI state. So let's start by creating a new file. Make sure it's a SwiftUI view and let's just name it as state playground. State allows us to modify value inside a struct, which would normally not be allowed because structs are value type. And SwiftUI can destroy and recreate view whenever required, but it never loses state. And the second thing we can say about the state is SwiftUI like keeps a watch on a variable which is marked with @ state property, and whenever that value is changed, SwiftUI recreates the view. So let's just see how we can create a simple state. We will have, let's just first create a simple variable in Swift of type int and initial value as 0. Let's wrap this text inside a vstack and let's just have a button in here that says maybe increment counter, and as the name suggests we are going to increment the value on the tap of this button, but let's just first give it a border prominent and then we can simply update our counter. So this is like, now you can see the error that is popping up and it says that it cannot be mutable, like this struct is immutable, so you cannot change value of counter like this. And that's what I said earlier, that in SwiftUI we cannot update the value of a struct because they are not mutable. So if we really want to update it, then we have to mark it with @ state variable, @ state property. So now we have marked this variable with the state property, and now you can see that our error is gone and we can now update our value. So the first point for state is allows us to modify struct values. So we can update the values inside a struct which would normally not be allowed. And now if I tap on this, our value is incrementing. Okay, let's just wait for the preview. Our value is incrementing, but we cannot see it because we are not displaying. So let's just have maybe counter in here and maybe increase the font a little bit. And yeah, let's increment our counter. So now we can see that our counter is increasing. So this proves the second thing about the state, that SwiftUI recreates view whenever state is changed. So we had this counter state and we incremented it, and as soon as we incremented this counter, it was reflected on the view. And this is only happening because SwiftUI is recreating this view as soon as the state is changing. So this is how a simple state works. It's very important to understand and practice and learn this state because it is going to be used with a lot of different topics that we are going to study in this series. So let's just see another state in here and maybe name it as is rain or is raining, and let's just give it a default value of false. Now you may have noticed that I didn't provide this is raining a default value or default type, I would say, of bool, because it is a bool type, but I didn't write it, and it's fine because Swift already knows, by providing, when you provide this default value, it already knows that this is going to be a bool. So in the same way, you don't actually need to mention int here. So let's just have a button, another button in here, and I am actually going to use a ternary operator in here. It's a very simple operator. We have a condition in here, and then we have this question mark. After, if the condition is true, then we have this true logic that gets executed if this condition is true, and then we have this colon, and if the condition is false, our false logic is executed. So let's just have it. Is raining is already a boolean, so this is already a condition, so we can just maybe write question mark, and if it's raining we can have maybe our text or pattern says that stop rain, otherwise it can say that maybe start rain. So this is raining because these conditions are actually based on booleans or bool value. So like, if let's just say if you want to say maybe 0 equals to 0, or if you have maybe like number 1 is greater than number 2, so all of these values are actually resulting in bool. So that's why we have this condition. This is raining is perfectly fine because it's already a bool value. So let's just toggle this is raining whenever we tap on the button, and now if I tap on start rain, it's displaying stop rain, and if I tap on stop rain, it displays start rain because the state is updating as we tap on this button. So that's it for this video. I hope you understand it. If you have any comment, you can. If you have any question or anything, you can leave a comment. See you in the next video.